swallowing, goggling.
1 2 1 2 1 2. Let's go.
The man that was in the video said that we have to define what a man is, because quite frankly, there's a lot of definitions floating around in the ether about what a man should do, what a man should be. However, men define who they are. And we are, as women, I think we're supposed to be responsive to whatever that definition is. The other thing about it is that, I'm going to speak from personal experience. My father was my example for how a man should act, how a man should be. The statistics don't lie. We have.
No. You're starting off wrong already. That's how come, guys, these conversations are stupid. You can never place the real conversation up here. She's sitting there saying, hey, my father's example. No. Name the man whose example that your box chose. It's fucking fake. I can't stand these fake blacks.
An absence of fathers. Actually, I don't want to go there, but it's a lot. The definition of man, I believe it first comes from a man witnessing who his father or how his father acts, and then.
Wrong. You don't get to say what the definition of a man is before you can tell us what the definition of a woman is. But these stupid bozos up here letting you do it.
It kind of goes. He develops himself over the years. If I'm stuttering, because I'm like, there are so many things that are wrong with that clip. But I'm gonna start with the fact that you got women talking about men being sassy. I've never heard of this. So
you're not in the loop. You're a square. You know nothing, but you also have no man to speak on.
All right, you just hold tight, Kyle. We're gonna come back to you, but we'll get to the sassy part. I heard somebody talking. Who was that? Was somebody saying something? Mm-hmm. Okay. Go ahead, Trigger Mike. Go to you. The danger of defining manhood for others.
I mean, what's up, everybody? Good evening. I ain't never seen a woman stand in front of a man and say, it's all my fault, don't blame him. I ain't never in my life seen that shit. So when we look at what men are supposed to be, just look at a woman's natural expectations of them, and we'll get a much clearer picture.
All right. Go ahead, Stan.
There were some points that he said that I can agree with. There were some points I didn't quite agree with. So we can start with biblically, right? If you look at biblically.
I don't know how I'm doing this. We talking about gladiators with fake everything trying to go biblical. This is ridiculous, man. I gotta figure this out.
Man is defined in numerous ways, but the one most common thing you'll hear about
Stan, before you go, are you using your phone?
I am. Can you not hear me?
Do you have a case over it?
You know what? I'm standing on a stand. Is that a little bit better?
Yeah, it's better if you can.
Okay.
The microphone is being covered. But go ahead. I'm sorry. I don't want you to speak too much and then get to when we can hear you.
Gotcha. So basically, I was just saying that biblically, the Bible mostly describes or defines man as just strength, right? So then the question is, well, what's strength? Strength could be defined subjectively amongst who you ask.
This is why we got to stop. These people get to make all these different collages on but this is the men. The men are allowing this. Let's go.
The part I didn't really agree with what he said was you never met a woman that may do A or B. And that could be so for himself, but it doesn't mean it doesn't exist.
But you can't name nobody. Come on, man. I don't talk to people that talk this roundabout bullshit, acting like you trying to fix something.
I know tons of, well, not tons, but I do know women who hold certain roles.
Right. That's not what he said.
It's what a woman's looking for to satisfy herself, right? And there's certain expectations that a woman may have, and that's why things have changed so much today, because society has conditioned women to have certain levels of expectation, and men.
So women are stupid. They don't know how to break from the chains of society. Man, they letting you talk stupid.
Have been conditioned to kind of have these new expectations. And so I think a lot of that is shifting. And so it's complicating what really is a true definition of man. But if you just take it back there.
It's not complicating anything. It's just that women shouldn't be speaking on it. You should be always saying, what is a woman? What is a real woman? How should a real woman carry herself? Real women get busy like this. But that's not what you do. You're too much worried about the man, but not in a way where you could speak about the men that made love to you. You can't speak about those guys because you don't want those guys to be winning. You really have it out against men, but these guys are letting you do it.
Biblically, it really is leadership, strength, leadership, strength, and that's really what it is. What a man does to define strength and leadership can be subjective based on what the woman is looking for.
Please let her go.
If anybody want to ask any questions, feel free to as well.
And jumping at the visit. You guys.
No. I was just looking. What's up, Stan? How you? Everything golden?
Everything is golden here.
Indeed. What she's looking for. Why does that matter?
Because that's what will keep longevity in any relationship. So
that's a lie. And we can't be saying that when you're not the one that has longevity. We got to stop this. And this is the problem. None of these people have longevity. The ones that do speak the least.
I always say a man and a woman both need to be able to use each other. If I can't use you, then where's your purpose? Just to say that if a man can't use me, then what's my purpose? So
indeed. But so I guess my question is like, you're talking about men, right? Mm-hmm. Leadership, strength, right? Those things present pretty consistently, you know? So if men define those traits, how is she supposed to say, oh, I'm not looking for this, or I am looking for this, right? Because those are male-centric things. Mm-hmm. She don't know enough about them to see if she likes it or not, right? And that comes from how she was brought up, maybe, right? To properly discern how a man presents. I think she get herself into trouble talking about what she like or don't like, what she looking for or not looking for in regards to a man. The man has strength, leadership, wisdom. She should be, right, just like you said, biblically speaking, in line with that man.
Watch me make a pitch deck in less than 60 seconds. First, I pick a template from Beautiful AI.
I know what's happening.
Yes, that's so, but it also goes back to what the other gentleman was saying with how women are being.
No, what he said was right. Stop trying to talk the other point. But see, now we start to realize the purpose of all this shit. See, the purpose of all this is not to cook and correct. This is just to talk.
Being raised, how men are being raised, the father figure they have in their lives, and then the women, what they define as male for what they saw in their upbringing. And it can work both ways.
No, that's not how this works, because you're basically calling women stupid. You're basically saying they know how to watch TV on Love and Hip Hop, but they can't also watch TV and see what real is, what being a community build is, what being a van mom is. So you're not making a real point.
You can have a male figure in your life and say that's absolutely what I do not want to have because maybe he wasn't a good male figure. Right. Or you may say that's exactly what I want to have because he was a part. Right. Mm-hmm. But the way it conditions the woman and or man to have a mindset of what their now new expectation is of what they want to have and or be.
Right.
Yeah. And that's why I think you're 100% right, which is also the issue that we all.
Right. You don't have no code. The only code you have is to put on fake wigs and fake eyelashes and be fake. That's the only code that you sisters are dealing with. Let's be clear.
Get to subjectively create what we think a standard is for the opposite sex.
Yeah. That's why it's changing today.
Yeah.
Can I interject real quick?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think listening to you, I think where I took just a little point of contention was you saying like new expectations. So men don't have new expectations. I mean, just by and large, right? We don't have new expectations. I always use the saying, the more things change, the more they stay the same. You know what? Every version of man that a woman has ever conjured up in her mind exists today. The man that stays home and takes care of the kids, the man that is traditional, the man that goes to work all day and only focuses on his job, the man that washes her feet and baby please and I'm a simp for her, all of that. And the divorce rate is at the highest level in history. So I don't really think that a woman can conjure up what type of relationship she wants in her mind. And
talk, Trigger Mike. Let's move on.
Can I just say this? And then I know Marcus is about to get in. I just want to.
No, okay, go ahead. With you, very well, you're a man too, but it might be two different things. Same with Mike. Trigger Mike and the other Mike. And it's just like, I just don't think that it's just like, oh, you're a man, I'm a woman, we're getting married. No, we have to flow. We have to vibe. We have to literally have something for one another to connect. And
now, where you going to find that at? You know you ain't finding that. And that's why I say these panels are bullshit because all they have to say is, well, I know that you're going to try to make an excuse out of this, but how do the poor immigrants and the Hispanics, how do they find a way? And she would say, well, they had a bond from immigrating together. Was it money? So why you can't create a bond like that with somebody?
And for me, it's generally show up for the man that you are. And if that man aligns, not saying I have a list, but if you align.
Ma'am, you can't clean it up. Fuck you mean align? Okay, let's break it down. What about the Hispanics? Do they align because they travel together? Well, you would say yes. What did money have to do with that? You're the only one based in money, sis. What other alignment could a man get through if it ain't got nothing to do with money?
With the energy of which I'm trying to connect to you with, then we'll work.
Right. This is why I can't do this. See, guys, you're never going to be able to have these conversations if you can't bring sex into it. You see? Because you're dealing with fake people. Excuse me. Sorry about that. You're dealing with fake people, so you're never going to get any real conversation. Now, all she got to say is, look, I know somebody's going to align with me. Once I show him how sexual I am towards him, that I care about him, and you ain't even got to care about him, but once I show him I'm all about giving him this box, he will align with me. So when you start talking from this, oh, I hope that he aligns and I wish that they align. No, you actually got the power to make somebody align. You just don't want to do it. That's what makes all these conversations fake.
But you're still a man. I cannot define you. You be a man.
Right.
You be the best version.
All of a sudden, I'm a man. Right.
Yourself every day of your life. I digress.
What if you can create your own website by saying, this is what I want? With Wix, you can.
So basically you're saying, like, I'm just saying, if a man came up to you and he wasn't showing like the strength, I know that word was crossed in this conversation. He wasn't showing you the type of strength like that you are you looking for a man that has strength? Because I feel like the definition of a man has kind of the opposite of what women have. So even though you're looking for someone to vibe with and connect with, you still looking for male characteristics though.
There you go. You just put yourself in a stupid box. Because you're looking for all these other things. Ma'am, why don't you have a man then if those are your standards? It don't make sense. You don't want nobody. You're just here to talk, and the men will let you do it.
And then with those characteristics that you don't have, then you can see if you could vibe and connect with them. But go ahead.
So you're saying women don't have strength?
We have a different type of strength. So like men can't push out kids, right? So we're strong.
There we go, guys. There we go. That's why if you don't have a professional pussy connoisseur or a professional pussy box investigator, they get to throw kids out there. Knowing that they can't have no fucking kids. We bring out the fucking Pussycat Facts report and you won't talk about, oh, women could push out kids. Bitch, you can't push out no kids either. Fuck is you talking about?
Strength. We have a different type of strength. So like men can't push out kids, right?
Ma'am, you can't push out kids. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe 6 bitches. I would say only 2 of you bitches, or we go 50-50. Only 3 of you bitches can push out kids. You keep acting like all of you bitches are pure and wholesome. You can't. That ain't a trophy no more, bitch. You ain't taking care of your pussy. Fuck you talking about.
Are you saying women don't have strength?
We have a different type of strength. So like men can't push out kids, right? So we're strong in different ways. Men possess ways like basically if you fight a man, you're not gonna
ma'am, if you this is the shit, man. Let's move on, man. I can't stand this fake shit, man. I might have to go up here one day.
Yeah. So I mean my first thing is I think as humans we need to stop trying to live in the social media aspect of what a relationship should be.
If I listen to this like in the earlier comments on the stream anymore,
right? We are not partners. That's the same thing as saying we're not equals. So they say partners to equalize with us. So contextually, people can use it however they want to, no matter what the definition is.
No, that's definitely not. That's definitely not how I was using the word partner. I was using it in that definition sense of we're two individuals working for a common goal. So when your business partners, you're two people working for a common goal.
Brother, your argument is stupid. You keep missing the point. You're dealing with fake people, the sisters. If you can't put pussy into the game, then you ain't talking real. You niggas get these bitches, brothers. Y'all sit there and talk to these bitches like they don't have a pussy and they trying to use it to gain favor. If that wasn't the case, a man would be hugging on them right now, and they would be like, "Nah, get off. I'm doing the podcast." Come on.
When your dance partners, you're two people working for a common goal. You know, that's the way I've used it. I wasn't diminishing the wife title, husband title. You guys are partners because y'all are working towards a goal.
No, that's my husband and I'm his wife. That's it.
Yeah.
Meaning, like you mentioned in business, right? Obviously, the title for that will be partner, because what else is the other title?
Ma'am, y'all brought the partner shit up. But they're going to let you do this. And that's, like you say, once Kevin Samuels died, no more pushback on the bitches. I'm not going to dress in a suit like Kevin Samuels, but I got a different type of game that's pushback. You know? This is bullshit.
But when you're married, it's husband, wife, children. Like there's names here. So that's what I'm saying. Partner, from what I remember, was brought up.
Keep talking all this children shit. You bitches can't have babies. Stop it.
In that community where they weren't married at a time, and now they're saying this is my partner.
No, it's
they're
not.
able to get married. Like,
Also, now in Genesis,
check paperwork
Genesis 2, in Genesis 2,
I was going like that.
in Genesis 2, verse 18, it said God established the need for partnership by creating Eve as a partner for Adam and Adam. That's one part.
There you go. There you go. So now, in order for your argument not to be worth a damn, you need to say, I don't believe in the Bible. You got to show your hand eventually. Because it's all fake. Everybody knows it.
Translation book is that?
Right. Now we're questioning, what is the origin? What book is that? There we go. I don't know. You know what? Let's go.
Let me see, which one is this here?
Because all translations, they use different
words.
There's
like 39 versions.
You get what I'm saying? Yeah.
Let me get my
are we gonna use a translation to define? Oh, it doesn't mean that because that's not the right translation.
No, we're not. I was just saying,
but you got the retorts that we're offering to the pushback are improper, right? And so when I was speaking to Damien, my brother, right, I said I take exception with it simply because when you're in a marriage, right, you are a husband and a wife, right? I understand terms are used colloquially, right? Partner would be one of them. I simply reject that premise because of the prestige of being a husband and being a wife. You see, so we got to be very careful in the language that we use. I think we're usually too casual as a people too, Damien. You know what I mean? Like I see you at your job. Oh, what's up, brother? Right? Well, how about sir? Well, how about sir? You see what I mean? So I just see it in that way, and I just want to make sure that
because you're making too many rules. We're talking about pussy. You niggas are crazy, man. That shit is wild how y'all fuck this community up. And like I said, niggas might not like it, but if you ain't gonna talk to a bitch like Kevin, meaning really sitting this bitch down and let her know, bitch, you ain't talking about nothing. If you ain't gonna do that, what are we doing? And that's why the man was so successful. See, all this is bullshit. This is to keep the river float. I mean, the boat floating.
I push that for. You see what I mean? I understand the definition of words. However, words have impact. And that's why I'm very careful to use specific ones depending on, how they fit. That's right.
Now, this is a verse in the Bible, okay? This is my woman's study Bible, okay? Right here. This is saying,
that's why that's partner. I think that we have to just.
I got another sales call and now, and I can't even remember the customer's name. His name.
Just make sure that we kind of bring it all together so we are on the same page, right?
Words is representations of what that person is to you. But yes, that's still your wife, your husband, just like that guy is your brother, your friend, your partner. But he may not be by title none of the above. You might have just
hey, Stan, real quick. If my wife called me her friend, I'm filing papers on her ass. Okay.
Would you appreciate if your husband called you his girlfriend, but when introducing you?
Because I'm my husband's friend and my husband's partner.
Now you lying. This is why we get, at this point you should get kicked off the program.
Just because you're his girlfriend, but we're introducing you.
Because I'm my husband's friend and my husband's partner and my husband's all of the above. But yes, and first and foremost, I'm his wife. That's why I think marriages are losing that. And we've been having.
Right. That ain't what he asked you. But the problem is not her. She's going to be as stupid as she is. The problem is the rest of the women. And that's why you can't fuck with these people, man. That's the number one reason why. If they can't say, yo, bitch, you know you ain't going to like that. And they're going to let her stand on silly business. That's why we're fucked up.
They married over 20 years. And but we look at that. If I need a friend to leave, I can go to him. He's still my husband first and foremost. That never has changed. That's his skill. But as far as the roles that we play, and that's also again opinionated, right? You may feel she says my friend, but I'm not saying he's gonna introduce someone and say, hey, this is my friend, and that's it.
Ma'am, that's why they got to kick off the program. Because she's just talking stupid. What's more important? The women are letting her.
Of course, I'm his wife first. However, as far as how we are to each other, yes, I am his friend. Yes, I am.
Right. So why are we talking about it? If we're not going to call our spouse these titles, why are we still talking about this conversation? We're going to
let me just sum it up real
around,
quick.
but then
Let me just sum it up real quick. So, Bo, you said people don't treat these titles, respectfully. They don't really wear them. And I think we just saw why. You let people play around with things and you don't establish clear rules, then now all of a sudden nothing means nothing. All right. So this is why I've noticed, and I'm just going to sum this up real quick. Women love subjectivity. Men need objectivity. We need to be objective. We need to be binary. This or that, black and white, 1 and 2. Right? Husband. Hold on. Husband and wife. So I noticed throughout this entire conversation is that everything helps you, like most of the women like subjectivity. Area. We like objectivity. And the reason why this is a point of contention with me is because when it's convenient for you, then you will like objectivity. So right now it's like, oh, there's no definition of a man, it's subjective. Well, to any woman that says the definition of a man is subjective, you are no longer allowed to go to a man and say a man is supposed to. Don't ever let that come out of your mouth again. Because you're going to define what a man is in that circumstance because of what you expect him to do for you. Maybe it's that you expect him to pay 100% of the bills. Well, a man is supposed to. You're not allowed to say that because it's subjective. Now I get to determine that I don't want to pay bills no more.
Agreed.
Brother, you talk the truth, but it falls on deaf ears. Okay, guys? Understand that. It falls on deaf ears, B, when you're dealing with these people, bro. You know what it is.
I agree with that. I don't say what men are supposed to do. I say what people are supposed to do. But no, I don't think. I think that just the term man is a social construct. That's just all it is. So
whoa.
Oh, it is. Listen, you don't have to think. I don't care that you don't think that.
Wow. No, she didn't just say that. Wow. And that's supposed to be the excuse as to why you're such a brutish woman. That's crazy.
So it is, the term man is a social construct. That's just all it is. So it is. Listen, you don't have to think. I don't care that you don't think that.
Wow.
I am telling you my ideology. What I'm saying is a man is a person who calls himself a man. Period. Point blank. You will not hear me say what a man is supposed to be and supposed to do because I cannot make that up for you. It is not up to me. I am a woman. I cannot say what you are supposed to do as a man. You make that up for yourself. I can't say that. And I don't think any woman should say what a man is supposed to do. Now, you can say what you would like for your man to do for you, but no, you cannot make up manhood for any man, period. So yeah, you are right. I completely agree with you.
All right, Martin Deja with the 499. Most of what a man is comes down to things of the mind. Those things manifest into fruits such as money, creations, hard work.
Interested in. You actually want to pursue, you actually want to impress. I don't seem to have no problems with men who want to actually be with me. I feel like you need to want somebody that wants you back.
There could be a level of control. Well,
yeah. I hate that.
And you're going to try to shame me into submission because you can't physically put me in submission. So we really got to change that. That's a call to action for men to be like, just stop engaging in certain conversations with your woman, right? If you need advice, go talk to your homeboys, the other husbands, the other men with women issues, and ask them how they did it. Because if you try to process that with your woman and treat her like an equal in that regard, she will disrespect you every time. So how many times do we need to keep up banging our heads against the same wall till we bleed, till we realize that that's not what we should be doing?
That stuff should be established to me in a relationship. The problem is people keep doing that in a marriage and they wonder why, divorce is high. Things need to be done and had a set standard or whatever in the beginning. This is what I expect. This is what I would like. Let's see if we could practice that. It's like, I don't think stuff is being practiced. It's just like, oh, let's get married. Cool. We're going to go do that. Let's have the fancy wedding, have the fancy cars, all that stuff. And then, all right, we're doing life. Like, that's not how.
That's not the argument. That's not the argument. That's why the argument is you need to talk about the sisters. Tell me everything I want to know what's wrong with the sisters. And you're going to tell me this every damn day. It's the only way you get the message out to the sisters. You ladies want the sisters to have this pass.
How it works.
Yeah, we did it to ourselves as men, right? We let too much shit slide. We acquiesce. You know what I mean? We don't have a standard for her depending on how pretty she is. She can get it off. And she been getting it off with men before she got to you, right? And then you make concessions, you turn red flags into yellow flags, and then we'd be surprised about the modus operandi that we have to deal with in our relationship, right? I'm not letting shit slide. Nothing, right? I don't even want you to think you can get that off of me. You know what I mean? Now, does it always work? Hell no, right? You're dealing with autonomous beings, right? But you got to start at that point. You know what I mean? And then oftentimes, once everything settles, you meet at a point that's palatable for all people in the relationship. You know, we don't ask for enough for women, right? Be pretty, right? Ask her for 10 things. She can fake one thing for sure, but she ain't gonna be able to fake all 10. Oftentimes we get faked out because we only asking for 1 or 2 things from her, right? Ask for everything. And if she can uphold that standard, I think everything will be golden.
Well, at this point of the conversation, the women are supposed to be saying, amen.
No. Yeah. So online is where I normally hit up. I haven't seen it like occur in person. I was trying to rack my mind. I couldn't think of an example, but I see it all the time on the panel. Like Trigger Mike said, I think it's normally when the men disagree with the women. Whenever it's a different thought process, the sassy gonna jump out. And to her point, I think that men would not have a lot of these experiences if they set their standard and just walked away. You don't got to fight with her. You don't got to argue with her. Once you say, hey, this is what I want, you're not going to do it and leave. You really ain't got much to, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't have to be a back and forth for any of those things. Hey, I had an expectation. You ain't meet it. I wish you the best.
You're missing the point, brother. The point is a lot of men, they don't wish that they be carousel hoes. They don't wish that on the sisters. They try to hold it down, but the sisters want to be out here on the carousel. It's all bullshit, man. I thought I was going to be able to try to do this live stream and have a good time, but this is wild. Because you can't have a conversation with these people. How's that supposed to work?
That's type shit. They don't even got to be angry or none of that.
Go ahead. That's a young girl game. Like, that's what young girls think about. Very few older women even pay attention to height. I'm a tall girl. My only requirement is that you be as tall as me. That's the average man. So I still, like, by sheer numbers, I'm fine. But women, they exist. Some women exist in this lack mindset. That whole, it's not, it's not a lot of men for women, and some of them in jail, and some of them do this, and some of them gay, and some. We have to stop operating on a lack mindset. That is something that people tell women, so we'll hurry up and choose somebody. That's
a lie. That's a lie. Because even if you choose somebody, it don't matter. You can get somebody else to make love to you. So this guy has a short leash depending on what is his shortcomings. So just stop.
There are plenty of men out here today. There's somebody for everybody. If you want to find your person, you'll find your person. But we have to, and she's not wrong about the traumas. That is a trauma that women live through daily. People be passing that off on us like, you better hurry up and pick something because you don't want to be old and unmarried. You don't want to be unhappy and married.
There you go. There you go. So you can't find happiness. So what's the happy story? What's the happy ending? And this is what black women use. You ain't never seen a group of people that could find the negative out of everything, like the sisters. And they lean that way.